The government's COVID tracing app is being criticised as clunky, too late, and having little benefit on top of what is already out there. The much-anticipated app was released last night and aims to make contact tracing easier. The government claims that as of this afternoon, 92,000 people had registered to use it. Logan Church reports.
The Director-General of Health, Ashley Bloomfield, describes the New Zealand COVID Tracer app as a digital diary. And he says it will help the country move towards alert level 1.
I would encourage Kiwis to download the app. And our key public health controls, as you know, are to identify cases early by testing, then isolate those people, and then to identify quickly who their close contacts are and isolate and test those people as well. So the app is another tool in our toolbox to help us do that. And the faster we can do that, the more likely we are to contain and prevent any onward spread.
After downloading it, users have to enter their email address and a password. Entering other details, such as a name and cell phone number, is optional but recommended. The idea is for users to scan QR codes on Ministry of Health tracer posters when they enter businesses, offices or other places. But questions are being raised as to how useful it will actually be. Professor Dave Perry, Head of Computer Science at AUT, says the app doesn't bring much benefit to the person using it.
I do think that it's probably a bit of a wasted opportunity at the moment, given that this is pretty simple sort of functionality, and that we could have done a lot more with it. Whether that's going to come later, hopefully it will. There's nothing particularly wrong with it, but it's also, I don't think, going to encourage people to use it or to get the sort of coverage that people want.
He says part of the problem is that people in many cases are going to have to use several apps when visiting stores and cafes. The COVID Tracer app for a person's movement and another app to register at a store's own COVID tracing system.
It's very focused on supporting the contact tracing, which is fine, but not really looking at the potential benefits for individual users. Rather than having to sign into places and various different ways that are all different, actually being able to say, look, here's the COVID app, you've got your QR code, comes up with a little tick box, great, fine, I don't need to sign anything else as well. That would be a really big benefit for people, but until that happens, then people are going to have to remember possibly 2 apps or 3 apps or whatever in order to get into the place, plus also record the data for the COVID app.
And he's concerned the app won't see mass pickup as the government is hoping.
The worry I have is that really there's no incentive to carry on using it once you start it. So we all forget to do things, we all forget to do the things we're supposed to do, and it's an extra thing to do, which I suspect a lot of people will just not bother with or forget or whatever.
Associate Professor Malcolm Campbell of the GeoHealth Laboratory at the University of Canterbury has also downloaded the app. He says the sign-up process was a little difficult, but was impressed the Ministry of Health got the app released as soon as it did.
I guess the sign-up was perhaps a little bit clunky, but that's okay. Nothing's perfect. And then I had a bit of a go at testing it this morning, which was okay, but of course there was a little bit of a teething problem. It didn't quite work as I expected. But actually, I think getting something that's worked this quickly is actually really, really not a bad thing overall.
The New Zealand COVID Tracer app is available on the Apple and Google Play stores. For Checkpoint, Logan Church.